Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto human understanding. That peace that only God can give you. I say unto you, peace, and I love you. Brothers and sisters, I come before you, talk about Alvin and Ailey. Whatever you do, don't go and see it. Whatever you do, do not go and see this. Oh my God. You talking about whitewashing? They have dunked this show in bleach. Literally dunked this show in bleach. Let's talk about Alvin Ailey, because a lot of people probably don't know who the brother is. A lot of people probably don't know. Let's talk about him so you will know. So that you'll know. You need to know who Alvin Ailey is. Let's talk about him for a minute to give you some idea of who this brother is, why he's so important. Why he's so important. This show that we had seen, oh my God, crazy. They're showing this all over. They have these events for this show, a show that's by a black theater director that is no longer black. No longer black because white folks is coming in and touching it and organizing and all of that. What is wrong with leaving black shows black? I don't know. What is wrong with that? Why is it so important for white people to come bothering black stuff? I don't even believe that black folks should bother white stuff. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You can keep James Bond white. What's wrong with that? It's authentic to the character and who it was written by and for. Because it's really a story about Ian Fleming and his days in the Secret Service. I mean, you can leave James Bond white. I don't care whether he's white or black. I'm going to watch the movie because I think it's an interesting movie. I'm going to watch it. I think when they want to start changing it to women and start, that's for the LGBTQIA. Now it's IA. When they want to change James Brown to a woman, or they want to change him black, or they want to do Hispanic. I mean, this story is about Ian Fleming. Keep it about Ian Fleming. That's fine. Those 22 books I read were great books by the author and very, very interesting. Okay? Very interesting. I don't think everything should be colored and washed. This whole thing for freedom is nothing more than an invasion. Integration is nothing more than an invasion. And who has time for that? Who has time for it? Alvin Ailey. Let's talk about him so you'll know. Let me let you into the snub hub. Talk about Alvin Ailey and who he was. So you'll know who he was. A lot of people don't even know who the man was. This black man, another black man that white folks are stealing from, shouldn't be any white people in this production. None whatsoever. There's no such thing as the white slave. My God. Can we have our suffering too? These white people even want to take our suffering. It's amazing. These people are amazing. White people are, this race, I'm talking about the racist white. I'm talking about racist white people. This is amazing. I heard, I went to see it. Me and a colleague of mine went to see it. Stay right across from the theater so we wouldn't be late. I went to see this production. I'm expecting to see black actors. I'm expecting to see black ballet dancers. I'm expecting to see all of this. I'm expecting to see straight men in this acting. The LGBT done got in it. Now they made it soft and gay. And for all of y'all who don't know, just because a man is a ballet dancer don't mean he's gay. But man, look, the ballet dancers they put in here that were acting like men, acting like feminine men, very feminine men, very feminine. I was like, my God, can we have something that's just black and white? Can we just have this which is black? Can we just have this? This is black. Without any gay men, without any lesbian women, let it be about the show that this man produced. Who is Ailey? Alvin Ailey. Who is Alvin Ailey? Listen, in 1958, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, because that's what it was, the AADT, I don't know what it is now, was the largest modern dance company in the United States, first of all. It was based in New York City, and if I'm missing anything, somebody help me out. It was based in New York City. The company was founded by the Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, Alvin Ailey. Now, he received an award, the President Medal of Freedom. This President Medal of Freedom is the joint highest civilian award in the United States, along with the Congressional Gold Medal. It's an award bestowed by the decision of the President of the United States to any person recommended to the President for the award of the medal, right? Or any person selected to receive the award of the medal, all right? And that, which brings us to our brother. Alvin Ailey Jr. was an American dancer, director, choreographer, and activist who founded the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, which is the AADT. He created the AADT and its affiliated Alvin Ailey American Dance Center. The center is what held the theater and a training place, a haven for nurturing Black artists and expressing the universality of art. This is the brother that we're talking about. This brother was born, Alvin Ailey Jr. was born, somebody correct me, January the 5th, 1931. And he passed December the 1st, 1989, 88 or 89, I believe it was 89. American dancer, director, choreographer, activist who founded the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. He created the AADT, this is what we're calling it, and its affiliate, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Center. Later, they call it the Ailey School. All Black theater people, all Black ballerina dancers knows this. All white ballerina dancers knows this. They all know. But this school was for Black folks. My God, Allah, give me strength. My God, Allah, give me strength. My God. The Ailey School was a haven for nurturing Black artists and expressing the universality of the African American experience through dance. We don't want the white man in these theaters. It is garbage to go and see white people acting the part of slaves, Asian people acting the part of slaves. Asians may know a little bit about it, about oppression, but they don't know nothing about slavery. Nothing. Mexican people acting the part of slavery. You know about oppression, but you don't know nothing about slavery. The Black Mexican was oppressed, yes. The Black Asian was oppressed, yes. The Black African was oppressed, yes. The American-born African was oppressed and enslaved. Rest of don't know nothing about slavery and oppression, and you got white people. This is a thumb in the face. Literally a thumb in the face. And they sung these songs that were so degrading. Do not waste your money. Don't waste your money going to see this place. Please, brothers and sisters, save your money. Do not see this play. This play is horrible. You got white crackers jumping around. You got Asian rice jumping around. And you got Mexican tortillas jumping around, acting out Black parts. There should be no whites, browns, Yellow people acting out these parts. It shouldn't exist. It should not exist. But this is what we're dealing with. First thing I ever seen in my life. That this haven for nurturing black artists, expressing the universality of the African American experience through dance. Got white people in there, brown people, and Asian people. Why is it that black art has to be integrated? Black singing has to be integrated. These people literally cannot make it on their own. They suck out blood in every area of our lives. And it's not fair and it's not right. It's not fair and it's not right. You should know what kind of country this is. You got a president that's the most racist person in the world, but yet he himself still entertained black folks. One thing I respect about Donald Trump is no hypocrite. At least he's an overt racist. At least I know what I'm dealing with. White people have taken over the Ailey school, literally, and black coons are running the administration and selling out everything else that the white man didn't buy. Let's talk about Ailey. Let's talk about Alvin Ailey. Ailey's work fused theater, modern dance, ballet, jazz with black vernacular, creating hope, fuel choreography that is credited with the spreading global awareness of black life in America. He's talking about the black experience. The ballet art is about the black experience. His choreographic masterpiece, Revelations, my God. And they did that and they messed it up. Oh, I want to tell you, I got that F word. I got an F bomb. They did that. They did that. They effed it up. They effed it up. His choreographic masterpiece, Revelations, is recognized as one of the most popular and most performed ballets in the world because it had black folks, because it had black dancers, but not today. I went to Atlanta, was a shame and a travesty. And you know something? All the coons and crackers were standing up and clapping. And this is why Atlanta, Georgia can't get any further in progress than it is. They say it's the black Mecca. I say it's a black mess. Atlanta, Georgia is a black mess. These white people don't like you. The racist white man doesn't like you. He'll never like you. He'll never accept you. Black men across America, black men around the globe, and black men in Atlanta, Georgia. I just wanted to put that out in case you didn't know. On July the 15th, 2008, the United States Congress, this is important. The United States Congress passed a resolution designating the Alvin Ailey Academy, or the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, a vital American cultural ambassador of the world. Now, the same year, in recognition of the AAADT, we'll call it that 50th anniversary, Mayor Michael Bloomberg declared, it was December 4th, I think it was, December 4th, Alvin Ailey's Day in New York City, while the governor, David Paterson, honored the organization on behalf of New York State. Now, let's talk about Alvin Ailey. Let's talk about him. Now, there's a lot of things we can say. I don't want to go over all the stuff that they use to ridicule his dad and all of that. That's a bunch of white propaganda. You know, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. While the brother had some things that I didn't agree with about his life, what I do agree with is that he had something to offer black folks. Something to offer black folks. And yes, this brother was a homosexual. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. We also believe he was poisoned. We believe that he was poisoned because he died in 1953 of a heart attack that was unexplained. That was unexplained. And that's a whole nother subject. The purpose, okay, and I understand that he was an activist. I understand he was an activist. Let's concentrate on this. The fact that he was an activist in theater, and theater is an adaptation to the appeasement of those who watch it, with the meaning, with music, with dance, with choreography, with jazz and a vernacular. It had a massive influence on Black people and their decision into understanding, receiving, and being accepted in the life of theater. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that. This man was a threat, a triple threat, because he understood what was going on. He knew what he was here for. He understood his purpose. Now, let's get on this stuff. Because I know they're gonna point out everything else. Well, his dad abandoned him. Listen, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. In his parents' relationship, because he was born to Alvin Ailey Sr. and Lula Elizabeth Cliff in Rogers, Texas. I'm sure you all know the story. Those of you that don't, his maternal grandfather's home is where he was born, January the 5th, 1931. Now, at the height of the Great Depression, listen to this, Great Depression. Growing up in the violently racist, segregated South, Ailey was barred from interacting with mainstream society during his youth. Now, this is very important. When he was 5, Ailey's mother was raped by 4 white men. Listen to this. Ailey's mother was raped by 4 white men, one likely an employer that she worked for. And Ailey recalls seeing members of the Ku Klux Klan as a child, as many of them did back then. Now, in light of this, after the rape, Alvin Ailey Sr. wanted to kill those men when he understood the story. He wanted to kill those men. Wife didn't want that problem, but that man was willing to die himself. I can't do this. I would rather leave. She didn't want to leave that area, right? She didn't want to leave. That's the story we understand. So he said, I'm going to go and organize a place for us. This is what they don't tell you. I've done the research. I'm going to organize a place for us so we can move from here. The mother didn't want to leave. Did not want to leave. And it was a very tense time. It's a very tense time. Okay? So there was a relationship going on with Alvin Ailey's mom and her employer too. We got to be honest. Got to be honest about it. Lula Elizabeth Cliff, or Ailey, was having an affair with her employer. We have to be honest. We got to be honest about it. Now, when she wanted to stop the advances, this stuff again, I'm just telling you the truth. But these other men raped her. They raped her. Right? Because at this point, when this white man couldn't have what he wanted anymore, he raped her. So this was a lot for the elder Alvin Ailey to handle. So he left. He was coming back to get his family, but he left, leaving Lula to work in cotton fields right? He left, leaving Lula to work. Because he was coming from the cotton field, and he worked in cotton, worked beyond cotton fields. He wanted to take her with him, but she didn't want to go. We have to be real. I want to tell the true story. Not going to demonize this black man. I'm not going to demonize this black man. I will not do it. And so she stayed. And again, the story is that she was often seen with her employer. Now, yes, that could also be seen as rape if you will force yourself on somebody, and this is Mississippi. And them white folks in Mississippi is pretty kinky now. And South Carolina too, because you know Strom Thurmond had 5 children by his maid. And he was in love with that woman. He said it on his deathbed. I'm in love with that woman. And look, his children came forth after he died. They let the children come forth and tell their story. I think it was in 2003. Y'all remember that? So you know white people can be pretty kinky. I'm just being honest. Come on. You got some black kinky people too. That doesn't excuse her from being kinky. We got to tell the truth. We got to tell the truth. So the brother couldn't take it and he left. So Lula, his mom, was working the cotton fields, a domestic in white home, the only employment available to her. By the time Ailey was 5, he joined his mother picking cotton. After white men raped his mom, Lula, this is the second time. After white men raped Lula in 1936, Ailey began to fear white men. This is the baby. And as an escape, Ailey found refuge in church, sneaking out at night to watch adults dance and writing a journal, a practice that he maintained his entire life. And even this couldn't shield him from a childhood spent moving from town to town as his mother sought employment, being abandoned with relatives whenever she took off on her own. Now, she would leave him, go and try to find work. Looking for a greater job prospect, Ailey's mother departed for Los Angeles in 1941. And here's where things get interesting at this point. He arrived a year later, enrolling at George Washington Carver Junior High School, then graduated into Thomas Jefferson High School. He was able to explore the arts in high school, singing in glee club and writing poetry. He took gymnastics. Ailey frequently attended the Lincoln High School, or what do they call it back then? It was a Orpheum, the theater. And where he was able to see a variety of African-American performers. Listen, this is very important. Somebody is saying, why is he telling his whole research? Because I want you to know. You need to know. Black people, stop being ignorant and understand what's going on. White folks, if you don't know, now you're learning. Now you're learning. If you don't know, just listen. So he began to frequent the Orpheum Theater, where he was able to see a variety of African-American performers, including Pearl Bailey. This is important. Who was Pearl Bailey? Pearl Bailey was an American actress, singer, comedian, and author. After appearing in vaudeville was the black chitlin circuit, where black people, that was anybody could hang out there, right? That was our Hollywood, our Broadway. She made her Broadway debut in St. Louis, a woman, in 1946, and she received Special Tony Award for the title role of an all-black production of Hello, Dolly in 1968. He also met James Fletcher Hamilton Henderson, excuse me, brothers and sisters, who was an American pianist, band leader, arranger, composer, important in the development of the big jazz swing music. He was one of the most prolific black musical arrangers, and along with Duke Ellington, is considered one of the greats. Now, he also met Billie Holiday. You know who Lady Day is. I'm just trying to give you an idea of Alvin Ailey in his mind, what he wanted to produce. He wanted to produce what he saw in theater and explain it as a Black experience. He was an activist against racism. So he wouldn't have had these white folks and other people in his production. They would have been all Black. Who was Billie Holiday? Billie Holiday was an American jazz and swing musician singer, nicknamed Lady Day by her friend and music partner, Lester Young. Okay? Holiday made a significant contribution to jazz music and pop singing. Her vocal style strongly influenced jazz instrumental. Holiday. She also was a friend of Minister Malcolm. Malcolm tried to save her from the drugs. Then he met Lena Horne. Lena Mary Calhoun Horne. Let's say her whole name. She was an American actress, singer, dancer, and civil rights activist. Horne's career spanned more than 70 decades and covered film, television, and theater. Lena Horne. He also met Pigmeat Markham. His name's really Dewey Pigmeat Markham, who was an American entertainer. Though best known as a comedian, Markham was also a singer, dancer, and actor. His nickname came from the stage routine in which he declared himself to be Sweet Papa Pigmeat. And he was one heck of a comedian. Alvin Ailey also met Count Basie. William James Count Basie was an American jazz pianist, organist, band leader, composer. In 1935, he formed the Count Basie Orchestra, and in 1936 took them to Chicago for a long engagement and their first recording. He led the group for almost 50 years. And finally, brothers and sisters, he met Duke Ellington. Now, if you don't know who Duke Ellington is, you better know who he is, Black and white. Edward Kenny Duke Ellington was an American jazz pianist, composer, and leader of his what do we want to call that? Eponymous Jazz Orchestra from 1924 through the rest of his life. Ralph J. Gleason called him America's most important composer. So this brother ran into some pretty important and outstanding people. Now, in 1946, he had his first experience with a concert dance where he saw Ballet Russo de Monte Carlo. What is that? What is that? Okay, this company, Ballet Russo de Monte Carlo, was formed in 1932 after the death of Sergio Diaghilev. I think it's Diaghilev. And the demise of his Ballet Russes. Its director was Wassily de Basel, and its artist director was Rene Bloom. They fell out in 1936, and the company split, and that part of Basel retained, which was a part of the play, right? So when Catherine Dunham, when he went to the Catherine Dunham Dance Company, this is when things get even more interesting. This is a troupe of dancers, singers, actors, musicians, was the first African-American modern dance company. Okay, so you see he's going to organize himself again to be able to produce the same thing that he saw. He was a part of everything that he saw. The Tropical Review on the solitary trips to Los Angeles Philharmonic Auditorium. This awakened and until then unknown spark of joy with Ailey. Also, let's touch on this because I want you to know we don't have a problem with people and who they are, but I want you to know the truth. I'm gonna put out the truth about this man. In high school, Ailey discovered his homosexuality, and I told you he was that, which added another layer of difference and isolation to his already racially segregated experience. Let's listen. Thus, like many young gay men eager to corral the sensual impulses of his body, he turned to dance and study. He fought it off. Listen. He put all of himself into dance. He didn't agree with the experience. He didn't agree with the experience. Earlier in his life, Alvin Ailey was funneled and raped on a plantation by white men. Oh, you acting shocked. You're acting shocked. They're predators today. Most pedophiles are white. They come from the white race. It's a part of our oppression, and oppression history is black folks. Might as well be honest about it and tell the truth, brothers and sisters. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, you can be delivered from that. Someone's probably saying now, ain't nothing wrong with me. Why you want to deliver me? Well, it was pushed on you. It was pushed on you. I'm just telling you that if you're in an area where someone is taking advantage of you, you can be delivered from it. Am I wrong for saying that? Or why shouldn't I offer that? Why shouldn't I offer that? This is my podcast. I'm going to say whatever I want to say to let you know that you are not bound by any experience that touched you. And I claim deliverance right now by the power of Allah, anyone that is suffering in that way, or as it is common for Christians to say, in the name of Jesus. Amen. That's just something that I'm going to always do, brothers and sisters, throughout. I believe in deliverance and clarity. I believe in that. The full gospel. The full gospel, brothers and sisters, and that means the truth. Now, really briefly studied tap following the exploration of what's called a primitive dance, and as taught by Dunham dancer Thelma Robinson, who's another important name. We're going to talk about her just real quickly. She was an American film and television writer, active from the 1940s through the 1960s, and her credits include films like Up Goes Maisie and Undercover Maisie. Now, neither of these styles were right for Ailey, and possibly due to the physical location and old-fashioned sensibility of the lesson. Therefore, he did not become a serious tap dancer until 1949. He became a tap dancer, but not until 1949. I think it's important because everyone else only see Alvin Ailey as a ballet person. He was more than that. He was a producer. He was director of ballet. He was organizer, choreographer. He was much, much more. And when his classmate and friend, Carmen de Lavera, okay, she was an American dancer, actress, choreographer. She was associated with and married to Tony Award-winning actor, dancer, and director Jeffrey Holder. 2017, she received the Kennedy Center Honor Award for Lifetime Achievement. This friend of Ailey, Carmen de la Valda, dragged Ailey to the Melrose Avenue studio of Lester Horton, and he began exploring modern dance. Now, Lester was an American dancer and choreographer and teacher. Ailey studied a wide range of dance styles and technique, from ballet to Native American inspired movement studies. Why Native American inspired movement studies? Because of the Obuija, which is the Africans that were here, the Native African, indigenous to this land, produced the present Native American when they were raped by the Spaniards, raped by the Europeans. So the American, quote unquote, Native American experience is a part of our experience, part of our history. Now, at Horton School, which is one of the first racially integrated dance schools in the United States, unfortunately, right? Because you have to think of the time that you're dealing with. Though Horton became his mentor, listen to this. Though Horton became his mentor, Ailey did not commit to dancing full time, recognizing the lack of opportunity for Black male dancers. Instead, he pursued academic courses, studying Romance languages, writing at UCLA, Los Angeles City College, 1950 and 1951. He went there. UCLA, I think their history, he went there in 1949. And then San Francisco State University, 1952. During this time, Ailey sporadically returned to Horton to work between courses. Living in San Francisco, he met Maya Angelou, another coon. Maya was a coon. Maya was an American memoirist, essayist, poet, civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is credited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. Maya was a coon, though. Maya married white folks who co-opted her, robbed, and stole from her. Let's be real. Then she befriended the worst coon in the world, Oprah Winfrey. Come on, brothers and sisters. Y'all learn about Oprah now. I've been knowing about her. When he met, let's get back on him. Living in San Francisco, he met Maya Angelou, then known as Marguerite Johnson. Y'all hear me? I told you she was a coon and an agent. I told you that. Then known as Marguerite Johnson, with whom Ailey formed a nightclub act called Al and Rita. Eventually, he returned to study dance with Horton in Los Angeles. That's a little bit about the brother. There's so much more I could say. I won't say it. There's so much more I could say. The brother fell in love with De Lavalda. He fell in love. The brother fell in love with that sister Carmen. Fell in love with that sister. That's another story too. They were very close. Very, very close. But this brother, his life was devoted to providing a theater place for black folks, for black people, 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 for black people. And they hijacked this man. Everything he has to offer, they hijacked for white people. I mean, aren't you tired of white folks integrating your movement, brothers and sisters? I know I am. I have had it up to here. I've literally had it. And it was such a waste of money. Such a waste of money. Such a waste of money. To go in there and see some white people jumping around, trying to do our experience. Leave something for us. Leave something. White people don't even want to see white people do our experience. How do you think that affects us? How do you think that affects us? They have destroyed the core of what this man built. And I will continue to say it to the top of my lungs. It was the worst time that I had. I'm going to give it a bad review. I'm going to the press to give it a bad review. I will be that one. I'm going to go to the press, give it a bad review. Say this is the worst thing that's ever happened to theater. Is the integration of this man's work, which he wanted to reduplicate all that he had been a part of. He didn't go to Horton School. The Horton School was filled with whites. He didn't feel comfortable there. He didn't feel comfortable. That's why he made his theater black and about the black experience. My God. But they hijacked everything. Everything the white man comes involved with, he hijacked. Brothers and sisters, we got to do better. We got to do better. You don't have to sell out or buy in. All you got to do is be authentic. Be authentic to who you are. Be authentic to what you are. Be authentic to yourself. And I promise you, Allah God will bless you and you will be successful. Blessings and success comes from God, not the white man. You haven't learned in all this time to eat. Even when he first visited you, he was kidnapping you and cooking you like barbecue meat and eating you. Don't you know that God is a jealous God and he'll have no other God before him? Stop involving white folks in your business. I'm not telling you to hate. You should befriend everyone. I would never tell you to hate. But I'm saying I don't believe white plays should be interrupted. I don't think that they should be, uh, I don't think black people should be forced into white plays that white writers meant for white people. Same way, I don't believe that black plays should be interrupted by white people and others, which is meant for black people. It takes away the meaning. It takes away the expression of the author. I like seeing some plays that are racist. I like seeing it because I want to understand what's in the mind of the artist. He's giving me a glimpse into the mind of his social setting and his people. And he's not being a hypocrite. It's one thing I like about Trump. He's not a hypocrite. And I can like that and not like him. I don't care for him too much. But I respect the fact that he's not a hypocrite. He's not a hypocrite. At least I know what I'm dealing with. My problem is the whites that will come in and invade and hijack and smiling in your face when they know they can't stand you, when they know they hate you. I'd rather like people because they're people, but I'm not going to pretend with them. I'm not going to pretend. If I like you, I'm going to say something to you. If I don't, I won't. Period. So I'm saying, black brothers and sisters, don't go see this play. You waste your money. And for white folks who like real theater, don't you go see it either. It ain't nothing but a waste of money. You'll be disappointed. Black and white folks that truly, truly respect who they are and respect their culture don't like a bunch of fakeness and phoniness. They don't like fake and phony stuff. I know I don't. I know I don't. If a man is strong enough to say he's a Klan, I'll shake his hand because at least I know where he's coming from. But I tell you what, I'm on guard too, just like him. Just like him. Tell him he should be very afraid. If he thinks that I should be afraid, he should be afraid. I'm just being honest. But I can respect the fact that them standing on what they are rather than somebody smiling in my face and saying something different behind my back. Their arms around me, but the other arm on a blade fixed with the knife in my back. Brothers and sisters, that's all I have for you. I know y'all saying, well, a brother, he's always got bad news. No. You'd be very surprised. You'd be very surprised. I'm a very fair person, but I will speak the truth. If I didn't say it to you in the beginning, I say it to you now. Peace be unto you. And I salute you double form. Double form, I salute you. And I love you, brothers and sisters. Peace be unto you. Love your children. Children love your parents. Brothers and sisters, y'all love one another. Y'all loved one another when y'all made those children. Continue to love one another and respect one another. Love and respect one another. Raise your children in admonition and admiration for truth, justice, equality. Raise them to learn right, to be defensive but fair. Do these things. Peace be unto you in your travel, your work, and whatever you do. I love you, brothers and sisters. Peace be unto you. And remember, if you hate me, don't die. If I didn't say it in the beginning, I say it now. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto you. Peace, brothers and sisters, be unto you.